beside the fact that this technology is going to be there on an emergency basis, it is where your medical record is going to be. Your medical record is going to end up on a device like that, period. Now, it may happen next year, it may happen in 2 years, but it's going to happen fairly quickly because doctors are going to get a lot more information from these devices. So, I mean, everybody knows what we use these devices for, right? Everybody knows all the other brands, Fitbit, they tell you how many steps you took and how to change your behavior, and you wear it because it's cool. But I think that what we are going to be doing with this Helo device is taking it to the next level. And the next level is that we will be able to create precision nutrition, precision medicine, as well as personalized diet tools and eating tools in order to make you, your friends, your clients live better and healthier life and fit into that sexy dress you want to get into. So wearable technology in the medical setting. We have been using these devices in my clinic. I told one story last time of a patient who came to me literally the first couple of weeks I got the device. We put the device on the patient and we made me her guardian. So she thought that every time she does something bad, I'm going to know about it. And she lost 7 pounds in like 3 weeks thinking I'm getting these reports. I even forgot about it. I don't think even my Guardian app was working so great then. So it really makes a big difference. Now we're actually using it in the setting, and I'm going to share some patients that Ryan and Lydia were working with soon. But what this device is going to do, it's going to revolutionize medicine. Because there's so much data that we need to collect from patients. Patients who come to us in the medical setting right now, you know, we take blood pressure, pulse, a few data points about the cholesterol. But what we're realizing right now is that the doctor brain just can't handle the amount of data that we're able now to collect from our patients, both in terms of data points and the length of the data, meaning we want to collect data over a period of time as well. Only artificial intelligence is going to be able to do that. Only artificial intelligence is going to take all this data, compartmentalize it, and give it in a dashboard to the doctor so that the doctor and the patient can make a decision. Because this data is going to give the patient a lot more control over their health care. And you won't go into the doctor thinking, oh, he knows everything and I know nothing. This data is going to empower you. This device is going to make the patient more powerful, and that's what we need, because the patient right now is the last thing that anybody cares about in the medical industry. The insurance company don't care about it. The doctors are too busy. We need these devices to give us power as patients. And now I'm talking as a patient. And these devices are going to do that. Because the data is right there and nobody can mess with you. So another perfect marriage is wearable devices, and especially Helo, and weight loss. Why? Because there's something, for example, I'll just give you one example. There's something in weight loss we call the forgotten calorie syndrome, right? Patient comes into my office, ma'am, how did you do this last 2 weeks? I was perfect. I didn't cheat once. I did it exactly right. She's not lying. She really believes she did it perfectly. She gets on the scale, you gain 2 pounds. How's that possible? I don't know. Well, let's look at the device. Well, you visited McDonald's 3 times last week, Pizza Hut 2 times the other day, your blood sugar hit 160 consistently the whole week. Maybe you weren't that good. Oh, you know what? Yes, I forgot. That day I went there, that day I went there. It's called the forgotten calorie syndrome. People cheat, but they forget they did. They think they're great. And this will bring reality back to the patient. This is just one way we can use the device, right? Another way is I love pasta, for example, right? And I'm insulin resistant. I told you I was fat. So I'm very sensitive to carbohydrates and sugar. Yet I still love pasta and I still love sugar. If I was wearing a device that gave me an alert every time my blood sugar went into the red zone, and it would say, be careful, you shouldn't eat that. Do you think that's going to change my behavior? Do you think that's going to make me maybe eat less of that dish, or maybe not eat it at all? This device is going to be sitting on your wrist, making your phone make sounds and buzzes that are going to alert you to your negative behavior. Because honestly, if you had somebody next to you telling you don't eat that, you're just going to do much better. We know biofeedback works. We know that biofeedback gets results. This is a biofeedback device. And it gives you instant biofeedback. You don't have to wait for a blood test. You don't have to wait for a doctor to call you. It's going to give you the feedback immediately. The LX device with the blood sugar ability monitoring is going to revolutionize this whole field of weight loss. I just gave you two simple examples. But I think we can even do a lot more with it. We can even go one step farther. We can start into anti-aging and reversing the aging process. You know, one of my trainings in anti-aging medicine, and I can tell you that a lot of the anti-aging doctors are now talking in terms of, if we can just live for the next 30 to 40 years, it's very possible that during that time period, we will extend life by another 50 years. And then another 50 years. And you can see where it's going. Well, they're saying that it's very possible that the generation of my kids who are sitting right there may live to 200 years because the technology will be there. This is part of that process, because for an anti-aging doctor to be able to treat you, he needs to know a lot about your nutrition. He needs to know a lot about the amount of toxins that are entering your body. And as this device gets more and more sophisticated, they will be adding sensors for toxins. They will be adding sensors for nutrition. And the number one cause for rapid aging, ladies and gentlemen, the number one cause of inflammation is already measured by this device. You know what it is? Sugar. The number one cause of inflammation in our bodies right now, the number one cause of inflammation, heart disease, diabetes, obesity, elevated cholesterol is sugar. Even though sugar is not a fat, it gets converted to a fat eventually in your body. This device measured that already. But we'll have more sensors that will add toxins, so you'll be able to know your toxin load. You'll be able to know your alcohol exposure load. And those are all data points that we need in order to get people to age slow and possibly reverse the aging process. The other thing is something that, you know, we all have genes that come from our family, right? If you get the gene for heart disease from your parents, well, you're stuck with it. But maybe you can moderate that gene. And even though you're going to pass it on to your kids, you can actually make your kids more fit by wearing this device. What do I mean? So, you know you have a heart disease gene in your family. You know that, for example, God forbid, your father had a heart attack at the age of 50 and needed a bypass operation. If you get your kids this device and you're able to change their behavior, you will be able to moderate that gene, and you will be able to make your family and your kids healthier and fitter. If you can get your kid to exercise more because they're wearing this device, they're going to do better at school. If your kids can have better nutrition, they're going to be more successful in life, because we know that nutrition, success, how you look, how you feel, your weight is directly related to how successful you're going to be in life. So these devices actually can make you make your kids and your family fitter than it would be normally, even though you got dealt a bad deck of genes in your life. So what's personalized nutrition? As Jeremy was saying, we've been working with some brilliant people from Canada, from Quebec City specifically. And I want to thank Mark, Steve, Stefan. They've done such a great job in putting this app together that hopefully with corporate blessing we'll be able to get on going. But the app is in its beta testing. We're testing it in my clinic, for example. We have Lydia and Ryan testing it with some patients as well. It's performing very well. I'm very impressed by it. But the way that basically personalized nutrition works is that if you look right now at most companies who are selling products, it's basically a sales job. Can you imagine if we were able to sell product to our patients and our clientele and make their life healthier and better? Collecting data from this app and from this device, the Helo, and putting this data together, and over time refining this data and spitting out a report and telling the patient, based on the data we collected from the questionnaire and based on the data we collected from the Helo, this is the best nutrition you can have to make you healthier. We will become the #1 nutrition company in the world.
That's right.
Beside having the device. Period.
Yeah, baby.
So, the company that we've created, the app that we've created is called LifeTech. Although it's not available now, it's going to be available soon. But what I'm very impressed by this organization, and by talking to Fabio, he wants to have the best technology, the best nutrition. Helo and World want to have the best. So not only do we want to have the best device, we also want to have the best nutrition, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. So we have a team, like I said, of brilliant scientists developing the app. We also have a team back in Florida and across the country in Arizona and Canada again, and across the world, in fact, developing products that have specific effects that can do things in order to help you make your health better. So for example, one of the ingredients we're going to use in our products is Leptico, which improves a whole bunch of things, including reducing cholesterol, reducing sugar, make you feeling fuller longer. We also use a super fiber. This is the same set of patients eating the same piece of bread with and without the super fiber. You can see when they eat the bread, initially the blood sugar is a lot higher. When we add to that piece of bread the super fiber, it suppresses the sugar. It actually suppresses the glycemic index. And that helps with satiety and with fullness. And of course, if you're diabetic or you're insulin resistant, you're going to get much better sugar numbers. You can get off your insulin. This is a super fiber where we're going to add to the LifeTech product. This is the fiber given to a group of hamsters. These were a bunch of hamsters that were fed McDonald's hamburgers with and without the fiber. After 12 weeks, I believe, or maybe 8 weeks, these hamsters' livers were sacrificed, and when we took slides of the liver, you can see the hamsters that had the hamburgers without the fiber, the liver is full of fat droplets. You see, that's a fatty liver. People are overweight. When you look at the liver, it looks just like the liver in the slide that has those big white blobs in it. Those white blobs are basically blobs full of fat. That's a fatty liver, and that eventually leads to fatty liver disease. The other group of hamsters on the slide that doesn't show the blobs, or has maybe just 1 or 2 of them, are the hamsters that ate the McDonald's hamburger, same McDonald's hamburger, with the super fiber. That fiber was able to trap the fat and release it in the stools. They did not absorb the fat, hence they did not get fatty liver disease, and the livers look normal. We are doing this right now. So you will have the best device attached to the best product. We're also going to use Sensual. Sensual is a product that's used in mental focusing, relaxation, because we need that. Stress is a big problem as well. I won't go into it. I'm just going to give you a look and feel of the products and where we're going to go. But these are patients or clients that Lydia and Ryan were working with. Lydia and Ryan, where are you guys? Lydia and Ryan were working with the patients using these products and using a paper form of the device or the device in the beta form. And look at the success they've had, right? This is a patient who was not able to lose any more weight after gastric bypass. So she's had gastric bypass and wasn't able to lose any more weight. She was fatigued and she was she was a carboholic basically. Following, I believe, the length of treatment, 59 days, blood pressure much improved, and she lost 29 pounds. She had better mobility. Her cholesterol went down by 40 points, which is significant. Her craving was reduced, and she was able to stay more on track because she had something helping her along the way beside having great products. Second patient, Kim, again, working with Lydia and Ryan. You can see borderline diabetic, low self-esteem, things that you see very commonly. You can actually look at her face, and it's amazing to see her before and after picture. Her face lights up in the after picture. Look at her face. She lost 18 pounds. She felt like a winner. She had more energy and much better sleep. And sleep is one of the #1 killers in society. People who don't get enough sleep age faster, have a lot more stress, and are a lot sicker than people who do. So, how will this app kind of roll out? How will it work? I just want to give you kind of a simulation of how it is. And we already have this app working in a beta testing. I can tell you that the people we're testing on it now are very satisfied with it and are seeing great results. So we're going to divide the app into 5 sections. Lifestyle, diet and nutrition, stress and sleep, activity, and inflammation. Which other nutrition company does that? Which other medical technology company does that? Nothing out there yet. Wearable and Helo are the first one. You are the first one. So, lifestyle. You have, for example, it's going to ask you, do you take a statin? Well, why is that question important? We know that people who take a statin should be taking CoQ10 with it, period. Most doctors don't know that, they don't tell you that. This device asks the questions, you answer yes, the algorithm in the back end is going to shoot out, this patient will be taking CoQ10. Do you get at least 45 minutes of direct sunlight? Why is that important? 70% of the population is vitamin D deficient. How many people here have had the vitamin D measured? How many of you had it below normal? Significant numbers. We're going to be asking this question for the app, and it's going to help people who maybe haven't visited the doctor. Maybe they should be taking vitamin D. And vitamin D is important for so many diseases. How many times a day do you eat? Are you a python eater? Are you one of these people who doesn't eat all day, comes home, and pigs out like a python? We're going to identify this on this app. This app will tell us that we should take that patient or that client and teach that client to split up the meals so that they don't have a huge spike in the blood sugar at night and then all day they're in starvation mode and they're wondering why are they, abdomen is full of fluid and why are they gaining weight all the time, even though they're not eating that much. Maybe that's why. Do you eat fish at least 4 times a week? You answer no to that question, the algorithm will spit out, you need to take fish oil or eat fish. I don't eat fish 4 times a week. I eat it once or twice a week. I just don't like fish that much. But I take a fish tablets every day. You know why? Because we know that the Mediterranean diet and the Mediterranean lifestyle saves lives and helps your heart. So if you don't eat fish 4 times a week, we will suggest that you take a fish tablet. And that's going to be a product that's going to come through your system. And it's going to be nutrition that's been personalized and not just, you got to take all this because that's how we do it. We will know, based on the questionnaire and based on the app, what exactly this client or patient needs. Do you suffer from lack of motivation? Do you feel fatigued? These are all questions that are related to stress and sleep. We have stress and sleep products we can suggest. Activity. Do they walk? Do they exercise? What can we do to help them? This is not just a device that's going to help people eat better and live better, but it's going to make people exercise better. Are you taking 10,000 steps a day? Have you been able to reach a heart rate that's in the target zone when you exercise? Inflammation, right? We want to assess inflammation. Do you experience pain all over your body? We know that people who have body pains generally have more inflammation. Not always, but generally. Do they work in a smoky environment? Do they work in an area that's toxic? We know that causes inflammation. There are anti-inflammatory supplements that will decrease inflammation very, very quickly. The app then goes into the screen, which is basically you've completed your questionnaire, and at that point it will spit out, and I won't have that slide here because I really don't want to take it that far. It will then spit out a result that tells you this is the supplements you should take, this is the life-changing behaviors you should make, and these are the things you should be doing. And after maybe 4 weeks, you can run through the questionnaire again. Now, once we add the blood sugar to this, and this app will have the blood sugar in it once we get it perfected, and once corporate gives up the blessing, it will calculate your last month of blood sugar results into the data point and also give you an assessment of that. So the data points that you get out of this device and out of this beautiful screen is going to be very beautiful, very easy to read, and the data will be easy for the patient or client to act, and they're going to have free will to either get the supplements, buy them from you, or not do it. Most of them are going to do it because they're going to know that the data is real, and they're going to understand why this app suggested each and every supplement to them. There's a reasoning behind it, and not just goes, you got to take it. It's completely different than what any other company does out there. Besides the fact that the product tastes good and the supplements are amazing. By the way, what you're seeing here is a real screenshot of the LifeTech app measurement dashboard and the blood pressure dashboard, for example. So it's very concise, it's very clean, and you can see actually the whole pattern for a while. And of course, it's just going to get better from here, guys. This is the beginning, like I said. It's only going to get better from here. So, what I really want to say is that the future is here. As I said in my talk before, very quickly artificial intelligence is going to take over the world. I drive a car now that drives itself on the highway, okay? I'm texting the whole time now when I'm driving the highway. Artificial intelligence are here. Robotics are coming. I will probably be living in a nursing home where a robot will be changing my diapers, okay? So this technology, the future is here, even though it's only the beginning. And very quickly, I wouldn't be surprised that, you know, this app will be announced very quickly in the next few months, and you guys are going to be involved in it very quickly. The other thing I want to say is that it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning because we don't really know what brilliant minds are going to do with this open platform. We have no idea how many of you in this room are going to make apps. Apps that are going to be better than the one we're making. And I hope you do, because we want to move forward. And I want you to stand on my shoulders, and I want to stand on your shoulders, so that we can all move forward together and create better apps so that the whole world can benefit from this product. This device with the open platform is also going to revolutionize medicine. It's going to change the way doctor and patients are going to interact. And I think that very quickly you're going to see that not only are you going to be respected in the medical community, but this device will be looked upon just like the Apple cellular phone is looked on, the smartphone, as a revolution in that field. This will be the device that we do it, and I truly believe it. The more I get into it, the more I'm in it. And I know, the device doesn't work perfectly sometimes, but they've gotten so much better, and the technology is so good, and the team behind this device is so good. I've met it personally, and I want to thank the presidents for inviting me, and I hope that you all do well, and let's do great together. Thank you.
Everything that Dr. Moulavi shared. Sometimes people say, how do you pronounce his name? How do you pronounce his name? So his first name is Hassan, and a lot of us call him Dr. Sass. So if you ever talk it, and I can't remember his name, Dr. Sass is also another great way to acknowledge him. One of my favorite things that Dr. Moulavi said is about standing on each other's shoulders. Isn't that powerful? And that's what this ecosystem, this environment of an open platform has the potential to do, is bring brilliance together, unify brilliance. So what we want to do right now is I'm gonna bring out a couple who has played a major part in the early development phase of this project. Couple of things real quickly, by the way.